Hey, what's going on, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you may be in the world. Um, I hope everyone had a great week, and I hope that you are shaping up to do some really cool stuff this weekend. Guys, today I want to talk about something that's a little different. Most of the time I try to provide, tips and strategies and things like that. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about just some like thought-provoking type mindset stuff, really. So this came to me last week, and I've kind of been working on the content, how I wanted to word it. So I wanted to bring, oh, actually, it was earlier this week. And it was kind of a crazy thing. So today we're going to talk about, before I get into all that, today we're going to talk about how a progress bar, right, affects us, and where you are on your progress bar in life or in business. So before we get into the content, guys, if this is the first time of us meeting, my name is Daniel Carmack. I try to get here and provide, I try to get here, 3 to 4 times a week. And my purpose is to provide entrepreneurs, business owners, tips, strategies, techniques to move forward as they build their business online. And just kind of be a force of motivation and inspiration, some education on just life in general, and moving, growing your business using the power of the internet, and just helping find overall success. So as you jump on, let me know where you're coming in from so I can give you a shout out. And if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you drop me a hashtag replay so I can come back in and give you a shout out. I definitely appreciate everybody as they join and the comments they leave. With that being said, guys, let's get into it. So my truck had a software update, and I was getting ready to go into work, and it kind of gave me the message a few times, and I was like, all right, let me just go ahead and get it started. Do it, knock it out. Shouldn't take very long. So as I started the software update, I was just sitting there and I was watching the progress bar. And, it may have been a little foreign or a little alien about, specifically what I meant when I was talking about a progress bar. But, I'm talking about the progress bar as you are updating, apps and phones and computers and things like that, right? So I was sitting there, and what I realized, and it just kind of came to me, like it made me think about how a progress bar affects our lives. So I want you guys to think about this, and try, if you have anything to add, drop it down in the comments. So I want you to think about when you have to update your phone, or your computer has a software update, or you have to take a survey, or whatever the case is, right? When I want you to think about like the emotional feeling that you have when it begins, when the download begins, when the software update starts to begin, or when you begin the survey, whatever situation you may be. You're looking at that progress bar, and you're like, me personally, like I feel this like a bit of like anxiety, like I don't know if it's sadness or what, but it's just like, oh God, like I'm just getting started, this is going to take forever. And so you start it, and you just have this like negative emotion running over you, right? And then now, now think about like as you're progressing, or think about when that download gets to 50%, like you start to feel like this emotional change go on in your brain, and there's like this almost like crazy, semi sigh of relief, because you're like, all right, 50%, and you're going, you're waiting, you're still a little anxious, you're still anticipating getting done and moving on with your day and doing whatever it is that we're doing prior to, that update or whatever the case is. And then, so now think about as, the 10, 15, sometimes, I mean, I know I updated my phone, not too long ago, over the weekend, last weekend, and it took like 45 minutes, right? So, and I'm not even going to get to the, emotional attachment to our phones and things like that, right? But so as I was going through that update in my truck, as it was getting to the 80, the 90, 95%, like I felt like this surge of like almost relief and like excitement because it was, reaching the end. Right. So now I'm sure you're kind of like wondering where is he going? Like, what does this have to do with my business? Whatever. But so I just want you to like take a second. I want you to think about the emotional roller coaster that you go through when you have to deal with a progress bar, when you're dealing with any type of, update or things like that. And now I want you to think about, I want you to apply that to your life, to your business. Where are you at on your progress bar in your business? Are you in the very beginning? You just started the update, you just started the download, whatever the case is. Did your business just start? So if it did, I'm sure you have this like overwhelming like anxiousness, almost impatience, like you're ready, you're waiting for the results, you're waiting for the sales to come in, you're trying to figure out, what to do, how to do it, drawing the customers, whatever the case is, right? Or maybe you're in, you've been in your business for, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 10, 15 years, whatever the case is, and you have like this, you're kind of 50% mark. So you've figured out the daily operations, but, perhaps you're thinking about, taking it to the next level, or, how can you double your sales? How can you, double your annual revenue, whatever the case is? Or perhaps, you have it figured out and you're at the end of the, progress bar, and you've been working at it for years, 10, 15, 20 years. And, business is good, whatever the case is. Like, I just want you to apply that concept. And if you are at the end, right, think about where you were in the beginning. Like relive that emotional roller coaster and think about, the trials, the obstacles, the successes, the failures that you encountered along your journey. And, and then you can also apply this in your life. And I can tell you, if you're 50, 40, mid 40s or younger, you're not even halfway on your bar yet. So if you're still a youngster, you're in your 20s, early 30s, or 30s in general, you're like, you just got like a little chunk of your progress bar gone. And the reason why I bring that around is because I want you to think, right? So when the update happens, once you start the update, there's nothing you can do, right? You just have to wait till it gets done, right? You have to wait till the end most of the time. Now, I get it. Like, if you're updating your computer, you can cancel the update, but eventually, like, the update's got to happen, right? So if you think about that and you're in the beginning and you're kind of impatient, and you're like, man, I've been doing this and I'm not seeing the results I want. I'm not getting the sales I want. I'm not, earning the commissions, whatever the case may be. Think about where you are on your progress bar. Are you in the very beginning? Are you on the less than 25% of the update complete, right? So I tell you that to just kind of bring it back around that, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not a quick download where, 0.25 megs of, information that's got to be done. This is a long process that you're going to go through. And if you can just apply the progress bar kind of mentality to, where you are, what you should be achieving, or what you already have achieved, maybe some setbacks that you've encountered. Like, I think it will help with, where you're going next. I think it'll help you kind of identify, where you are in your journey, help you realize that there's still steps to take every day. It's not a one shot, one kill kind of, situation that you're in when you're an entrepreneur, when you're a business owner. You're consistently updating. And when you apply that kind of mentality, like, where am I on my progress bar, you may have completed one update 100%, like that part is done and it's over with and you're moving forward. Great. But guess what? There's going to be another update. There's going to be something that you have to begin. There's going to be another download, another software, update that's going to come. So if you can just think about where you are and when those times come, and you can just kind of, mentally visualize that, okay, I'm at the beginning of the progress bar, then I think that'll just help you as you transition from 25% to 50% to 75%. And now as you reach the end and you're, 98, 99. But then I also think that will help you as you reach the end. I think it'll help you kind of stay grounded. So I think it'll give you focus in the beginning of the download, right? Or the update. I think it'll help you kind of contextualize where it is that you are when you're in the middle. And then when you get to the end, I think it'll help kind of keep you grounded and help you remember, that maybe you're through this update, but there's going to be future updates, and it won't be so frustrating as you're going through that process. So I hope you guys found this valuable. And like I said, apply this to your life, apply this to your business, apply this, to future endeavors that you encounter, and just think about it. Okay, where am I on my progress bar? So as always, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everyone. If you have any comments, or, you have ideas about the progress bar, drop them in the comments and let me know. If you found this valuable, give me a hashtag value down in the comments. And that's it for today, guys. So as always, take care, be safe, live life, and remember, we create our own freedom. Bye for now, guys.